Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the Ancient History Previous Year Questions. Today we are going to discuss the part 9 of this series. In today's session, we are going to discuss some further questions related to the ancient history. So far, we have discussed regarding different type of dynasties, religious movements, ancient civilizations, and now we are going to discuss that what has happened after the particular timeline of ancient history. We will also discuss about the literature and particular literature work that were done at that time. So without wasting any time, let's start our session and let's see that what are the type of questions had already come into your exams and what kind of questions would be there in future in your exam. So let's start our session. So first of all, these are the particular topics which we are going to cover. So the topics are like this. I have got ancient literature and literatures who have wrote them. And at last, we will summarize that what we have learned about the ancient literature and the people who wrote them. So before we start, the images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So first, we have the question is which of the following drama has been written by Kalidas? Kalidas is a renowned novelist of our country, and he used to write majorly in Sanskrit. And just you need to tell that which of the following drama has been written by Kalidas. So take your time and answer the question. And I guess you got this one right. It is a simple one. The answer is Malvika Agnimitra. Mritchakatikam was written by Shudrak. Malvika Agnimitra was written by Kalidas. Ratnavali was written by Harshvardhan. And Devi Chandraguptam was written by Vishak Dhutam. So remember all these things. So Kalidas was the one who wrote Malvika Agnimitram. Another question: who was the author of Sanskrit epic Mahabharata? So options are in front of you: Maharishi Vedvyas, Maharishi Valmiki, Sri Krishna, or Sri Sukhdev ji. So take your time and answer the question, guys. And I hope you got this one right as well. So the answer is quite simple, though. The answer is Maharishi Vedvyas. So you can see in this photo that two particular images are there. One is the Maharishi Vedvyas and another one is the Lord Ganesha. So why he is here? So let me tell you the whole story. So first of all, the famous epic Mahabharata was written or said, we should say said by Krishna Dvaipyan, that is Maharishi Vedvyas. Okay, this is the original name of him. And it was written by, or the person who wrote the shloks that were translated by Maharishi Vedvyas was Lord Ganesha. Mahabharata is also known as the fifth Ved. It is a major book of Hindus. It is considered to be the longest epic ever written. Its longest version consists of over 1 lakh slok or over 2 lakh individual verse lines. Mahabharata and Ramayana are the two major Sanskrit epics of ancient India. So to remember all these things, remember that Maharishi Vedvyas was the one who wrote this, who particularly translated or who was the person who dictated the Mahabharata, and it was written by, and it was handily written by Lord Ganesh. Another question: which of the following ancient text is also called a fifth Ved? So options are in front of you: Shiv Puran, Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, or Mahabharata. So take your time, guys. And I hope this one is right also. So the answer is Mahabharata. So Mahabharata, remember guys, the famous epic Mahabharata was written by Krishna Dvaipyan, that is Maharishi Vedvyas. Mahabharata is also known as the fifth Ved. It is the major book of Hindus. It is considered to be the longest epic ever written. Its longest version consists of over 1 lakh slok, over 2 lakh individual verse lines. Mahabharata, Ramayana are the two major Sanskrit epics of ancient India. And if we talk about Mahabharata, remember just one more thing here, that Mahabharata's original name was Jaya Sanhita. And later on in life, during the change of history and period of time, the Jaya Sahita became Mahabharata. First it became Bharat, then it became Mahabharata. So that was the thing regarding the Mahabharata. And later on, Mahabharata was also translated into the Persian language in the court of Akbar. And the name given to Mahabharata was Raza Nama. So remember all these things. So remember the fifth Ved is Mahabharata. Who is the author of literary work Mricha Katikam? Options are Sriharsh, Kalidas, Chanakya, or Shudrak. So take your time and answer this question. And I hope you got this one right because we just discussed about this one in the first question. So the answer is Shudrak. Shudrak Mricha ancient Sanskrit text. This play was composed by Shudrak, which gives information about the cultural history of the Gupta period. So remember one more thing, that Shudrak was also in the court of Chandragupta II, as Chandragupta II period or timeline was considered as the golden era of ancient history. Because during that time, a lot of major artist works and cultural works were done in the court of Chandragupta II. So remember Shudrak. Who among the following has compiled the book Mritchakatikam in ancient India? Options are Kalhan, Shudrak, Vikram Beda, or Banbhat. So take your time and answer this question, guys. And I hope you got this one right. The answer is Shudrak because we just did this question. So Mritchakatikam is an ancient Sanskrit text. This play was composed by Shudrak, which gives information about the cultural history of the Gupta period. Remember that. And Gupta period remained in India, majorly in the northern part and some of the western part. And it was particularly came into existence in 250 AD. Gupta era started in 319 AD. Remember the symbol of Gupta era or the pillars of Gupta era, the top of the pillars always be mounted by a Garud. So Garud is the symbol of Gupta era. Like in the Mauryan Empire, when you go and you see a particular pillar, you will see that the top of the pillar you will find an emblem. So at the top of a pillar in Gupta era, you will find a Garud. Apart from that, remember one more thing, that after Gupta were particular came after the Kushan Empire, and after Gupta came the last Hindu emperor or the last Hindu empire in India. That was particularly the Vardhan Empire, and the last Hindu emperor was Harshvardhan. Who wrote the great literary work Mritchakatikam? Again, the question is same. So answer this question, guys. And answer is Shudrak. So Mritchakatikam is an ancient Sanskrit text. This play was composed by Shudrak, which gives information about the cultural history of Gupta period. So I hope now in your life you will never forget that who was Shudrak and what he wrote. He wrote Mritchakatikam. In which language did Aryabhat write the book titled Arya Bhatyam? Options are Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, Sanskrit. I don't think that you need to take time, but take your time and answer this question. And I hope the answer is right. The answer is Sanskrit. The book written by Aryabhat is called Arya Bhatyam. It is written in Sanskrit. It was written in 499 AD. Aryabhatyam discussed theories in astronomy, mathematics, in which Earth spins on its axis, and the time of the planets which were mentioned with respect to the sun. So do remember that Sanskrit is the particular language in which Aryabhat wrote this book, Aryabhatyam. Aryabhat was in the court of Chandragupta II, and Aryabhat was the one who discovered the term zero. And apart from that, he also was the first one who gave the Pythagoras theorem, and also the first one who told us that Earth is not at the center, but Earth revolves around the sun. Later on, in the 13th century, 14th century, Copernicus gave the theory that is known as heliocentric theory, which was already given by the Indian scientist or mathematician, that was Aryabhat. So remember his name, Aryabhat. He wrote his book Aryabhatyam in Sanskrit language. Who is the author of ancient Sanskrit grammar book Ashtadhyayi? Options are Shushrut, Jayadev, Panini, or Surdas. So take your time. This is a simple question, guys. So an obvious answer we have for this question, that is Panini. So Ashtadhyayi is a Sanskrit essay on grammar written by Panini between 6th to 5th century BCE. The book consists of 4,000 sutras, the science of phonetics and grammar that have evolved during the Vedic religion. The book is generative as well as descriptive. So this was the particular book that was written by this person, that is Panini. And if we talk about the Panini, so Panini was the one who eventually first one who particularly gave the grammar of Sanskrit. Later on, regarding the context of the grammar of Sanskrit, one more book was written by Patanjali as well later on. But Panini was the pioneer in writing this book of Sanskrit grammar. Who is the author of Ashtadhyayi, an ancient Sanskrit book? Again, the question is in front of you, so answer this question fast, guys. And the answer is, as you know, we just did this question. The answer is Panini. Ashtadhyayi, a Sanskrit essay on grammar, written by Panini between 6th to 5th century BCE. This book consists of 4,000 sutras, science of phonetics and grammar, that have evolved during the Vedic religion. This book is generative as well as descriptive. So remember, the book is written by Panini. Panini was a famous Sanskrit. Options are poet, novelist, grammarian, or writer. So I don't think that you need to take time. So the answer of this question is grammarian. Ashtadhyayi is a Sanskrit essay on grammar written by Panini between 6th to 5th century BCE. This book consists of 4,000 sutras, the science of phonetics and grammar that have evolved during the Vedic religion. The book is generative as well as descriptive. So remember, the book is written by Panini. Another question, which subject is dealt within Sushrut Samhita? Options are in front of you. Take your time. And I hope you got this one right. So the answer of this question, if we talk about which subject is dealt within Sushrut Samhita, so the answer is medicine and surgery. Sushrut Samhita mainly deals with medicine and surgery and is a treatise in Sanskrit language. Sushrut is known as the father of Indian surgery, father of plastic surgery, father of brain surgery in India. He is most famous historical physician and surgeon of the Gupta era, known for his erudite over medicine and surgery. Another physician of Ayurvedic medicines was Dhanvantri, was also in the court of Gupta period. And if we talk about Charak, so Charak was also a surgeon who was the first person who did an operation of an eye, and he was in the court of Kanishk, and he was the court physician of Kanishk. Remember that. So Sushrut and Dhanvantri both were during the time of Gupta Empire, and Charak was during the time of Kushan Empire. Another question, Sushrut is known as. Options are in front of you. Take your time and answer the question. And the answer is father of Indian surgery. So Sushrut Samhita is mainly deals with medicine and surgery and is a treatise in Sanskrit language. Sushrut is known as the father of Indian surgery, father of plastic surgery, father of brain surgery in India. He is most famous historical physician and surgeon of the Gupta era, known for his erudite over medicine and surgery. So remember the name, father of Indian surgery, that is Sushrut. Who wrote the famous Sanskrit play Swapna Vasva Datam? So options are Jayadev, Kalidas, Shudrak or Bhasa. So take your time, guys. And the answer that you are giving is Bhasa. So Swapana Vasva Datam was written by Bhasa. Malvik Agnimitram, we just did this question, was written by Kalidas, who is also known as the Shakespeare of India. Mritya Katikam was written by Shudrak. Natya Shastra was written by Bharat Muni. and Geet Govinda and Ras Manjari was written by Jaidev. Remember his name. His books are also very important, and Geet Govinda is also very important. So these books are written by Jaidev, and Swapna Vasva Dattam was written by Bhasa. Original name of Mahabharat is, I just told you in the first or second question, so try to remember that point and answer this question, guys. And I hope the answer is right, as the answer you are giving is particularly Jaya Samhita. So the Mahabharata in its original version was called Jaya Samhita, and it was written by Maharishi Vedyas. Just to correct that point also, it was dictated by Maharishi Vedyas or Krishna Dvapayan, as you can see in him in this photo, and it was written by, dictated by Vedyas, written by Lord Ganesha. You can see he is writing the things. So Mahabharata, narrated by Rishi Vedyas and written by Ganeshji, was originally called Jaya. Later, Vyas' disciple Vesampayana narrated the story to King Janam Mejaya, the grandson of Abhimanyu, and it was renamed Vijaya. Who was the son of Abhimanyu? The son of Abhimanyu was Parikshit, Raja Parikshit. Okay, so remember all these. Who composed the Dasha Kumara Charitra or Tales of Ten Princes? Options are Rahas Bihari Dwivedi, Dandin, Bhartrahari, or Buddhas Vaman. So take your time. And I hope you got this one right. So the answer is Dandin. So Dash Kumar Charitra is a great Sanskrit prose written by Dandin. It depicts the story of 10 princes. Dandin is considered to be one of the eminent personality of Sanskrit literature. So remember the name, Dandin. Dandin was also a philosopher of Indian history, and he wrote this book, Dasha Kumara Charita. Who wrote Geet Govinda? We just did this question. Try to answer. Options are Jaidev, Mirabai, Rashkan, or Surdas. So take your time, guys. And the answer is, you're right, Jaidev. Geet Govinda was written by Indian poet Jaidev in the 12th century. It is described the touching love story of Krishna and the shepherd girl Radha. The Sanskrit devotional poem Geet Govinda is a cycle of 24 songs. So basically, it is written in the form of songs, and it describes the story of Lord Krishna and goddess Radha, and how they met and how was the story about between them during the time that the eighth incarnation of Lord Vishnu was on earth, and all about that. So this book was written by Jaidev. Remember his name. Who was the son of Shakuntala in Kalidas drama of Avigyan Shakuntalam? Options Bharat, Vikram, Pradyuman, or Anirudh. So take your time. Answer is Bharat. So Bharat was the son of Shakuntala in the drama Avigyan Shakuntalam. Kalidas drama of Avigyan Shakuntalam is a notable work of Kalidas. Was other important compositions of Kalidas are Kumar Sambhavam, Raghuvamsa, Meghdutam, Malvikagnimitra, uh, Vikram Ori Vasyam or Vikram Shaurya. So remember the name Bharat. It was a particular name of a character and was the son of Shakuntala in Abhigyan Shakuntalam. Who among the following has compiled Raghu Vansham? Options are Surdas, Kabirdas, Kalidas, or Tulsidas. So take your time, guys. And the answer is Kalidas. So Bharat was the son of Shakuntala in the drama Abhigyan Shakuntalam. Kalidas drama of Abhigyan Shakuntalam is a notable work of Kalidas. was other important composition of Kalidas are Kumar Sambhavam, Raghuvamsa, Meghdutam, Malvikagnimitra, and Vikram Vasyam. So remember the name Raghu Vansham. The author of Indica is options are Chanakya, Megasthenes, Seleucus, or Darius. So this is a very good question and a simple one. So try to answer this one, guys. And the answer is Megasthenes. So basically, Megasthenes was an ambassador of Greece who came in the court of Chandragupta Maurya, and stayed here for many years. Basically, if we talk about Chandragupta Maurya's Megasthenes, so Megasthenes was sent by Seleucus Nicator. Seleucus Nicator was a particular regent, or you can say a particular successor of the Bactrian kingdom, and he was left behind by Alexander the Great, and Alexander the Great left India. He was described what he saw in India in his book Indica. Megasthenes has given a very beautiful and detailed description of Patliputra. So I hope you got the answer. Answer is Megasthenes. The Tamil poet Kamban compiled a Tamil version of which of the following texts? Options are Mahabharata, Ramayana, Rigveda, or Bhagavad Gita. So take your time, guys. And the answer is Ramayana. So Tamil language poet Kamban compiled the Tamil version of Ramayana under the name of Kamba Ramayana. This is a masterpiece in Tamil literature. So the Tamil poet Kamban compiled the Tamil version of which of the following texts? So remember the name Ramayana. Ramayana was originally written in different type of languages. And if we talk about who was the first person who wrote the book Ramayana or the epic called Ramayana, so it was written by Valmiki. And apart from that, the major book or written in this version was Ramcharitramanas, and Ramcharitramanas was basically written by Tulsidas. So another book, it was written in Tamil version by Kamban. Kamban Ramayana is known as Kamba Ramayana. The epics of Sangam period, Sheel Padikaram and Mani Me Khalai, were written in the language. Options are Pali, Paishachi, Sanskrit, or Tamil. So take your time, guys. And the answer is Tamil. So remember another book from Tamil literature. So the epic of Sangam period, Shil Padikaram and Mani Me Khalai, were written in the language called Tamil. The epics of Sangam period, Shil Padikaram and Mani Me Khalai, were written in Tamil language. Shil Padikaram is considered as the first epic of Tamil literature. By whom the main text of Nyaya philosophy, Nyaya Sutra, written? Options are Akshapada Gautam, Chanakya, Kalidas, or Ravi Kriti. So take your time, guys. And I hope you got this answer right. So the answer of this question is Akshapada Gautam. So Nyaya Sutra is the ancient text of Indian philosophy. Its author is Akshapada Gautam. This is the oldest composition of Nyaya philosophy. The book serves as the foundation of Nyaya school of Hindi philosophy. So remember, Akshapada Gautam wrote the book called Nyaya Sutra, and basically talks about the type of jurisdiction. Who among the following wrote the Sanskrit play Mudra Rakshas? Options are Nagarjun, Somdev, Vishagdat, and Kalidas. So take your time. And I hope you got this one right. So the answer is Vishak Datta. Mudra Rakshas is a famous historical drama in Sanskrit. The author of this Sanskrit play was Vishak Datta. The play provides analysis of the events related to the life of Chanakya, Chandragupta Maurya, and political success of Chanakya. Bhartendu Harishchandra first translated this drama into Hindi. Vishak Dutt was a famous Sanskrit playwright. Devi Chandraguptam composition of Vishak Dutt. So remember the name Vishak Dutt. He wrote the Sanskrit play called Mudra Rakshas. Who wrote another Sanskrit play Mrichakatikam, and it was written by the person called Shudrak. Who is the author of Panchtantra? Very simple question, guys. Try to answer fast. And I hope you got this one right. The answer is Vishnu Sharma. Panchtantra is considered as the first place in Sanskrit fables. The author of this book is Pandit Vishnu Sharma. So remember the name Pandit Vishnu Sharma was the one, and he was in the court of Chandragupta II. So during that time, he wrote this book Panchtantra. It talks about the different type of stories and moral stories in terms of the different type of characteristics played by different type of animals. Panchtantra legends are believed to be composed by. So same question but asked in different way. So try to answer this one. And I hope you got this one right. So the answer is Vishnu Sharma. Panchtantra is considered as the first place in Sanskrit fables. The author of this book is Pandit Vishnu Sharma. We just talked about this one. So try next question, guys. Who among the following has compiled the ancient treatise Natya Shastra of India? Vedvyas, Manu, Agastya, or Bharat Muni. So I hope you remember in one of the questions we talked about this. So try to answer this one. And the answer of this question is Bharat Muni. Natya Shastra is a text based on Natya Kala, which was composed by Bharat Muni before the 3rd century. In this book, there is an impression of Prati Bhagya philosophy. It was compilation of music, drama, acting in 36 chapters. So remember the name Bharat Muni, and he was the one who wrote particularly Natya Shastra. Who is the author of Panch Siddhantika, Brihat Samhita, Sankhya Siddhant? Options Aryabhat, Brahmgupta, Bhaskaracharya, or Brahmi. Try to answer this one. This is a moderate question. And yes, you're right. The answer is Brahmihir. So Panch Siddhant, Brahat Samhita, Sankhya Siddhant were written by Brahmir. Brahmir was an astrologer and he was in the court of Chandragupta II. These books have important formulas of trigonometry which are indicative of Brahmir's trigonometry knowledge. His book Panch Siddhant, Five Principles, has given him the same place in the resultant astrology as Kautilya in political philosophy, Panini in grammar, and Manu in Vidhan. So remember the name Brahmir. Who is the compiler of the famous book Tirukural? Options Kalidas, Tiruvalluvar, Kabir, or Mirabai. So take your time, guys. And I hope you got the answer right. Answer is Tiruvalluvar. So compiler of famous book Tirukular is Tiruvalluvar. This book is collection of 1330 couplets organized into 133 chapters. Tirukular is a masterpiece of Tamil literature. It is one of the most revered ancient works in the Tamil language. So remember the name Tiruvalluvar. It was written by it is compiled the book Tirukural. Who wrote the epic called Buddha Charitra? Gautam Buddha, Nagarjun, Hemchandra, or Ashwaghosh? So take your time, guys. And the answer is right. I have told you about this question a lot of time. Answer is Ashwaghosh. Ashwaghosh was in the court of Kanishk. Buddha Charitra, epic poem on life of Lord Buddha, written in Sanskrit. It was written by Buddhist philosopher and writer Ashwaghosh, who was a member of Kanishk court. The book described the whole life of Buddha from birth to death in 28 chapters. So remember the name Ashwaghosh. Ashwaghosh was the person who wrote this book that is called Buddha Charitra. Charak Samhita is related to which branch of medicine? Options are allopathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy, or Unani. So take your time and answer this question, guys. This is a simple question. The answer of this question, if we talk about, is Ayurveda. So Charak Samhita is a famous book related to Ayurveda. It was written in Sanskrit language. Maharishi Charak has given a detailed and comprehensive description of medical science in this book. Charak was in the court of Kanishk. I told you about that. Shushruth and Dhanvantri were in the court of Chandragupta II, and Charak was in the court of Kanishk. So let's summarize what we have learned so far related to the literature and the people who wrote them. So first one is Mritchakatikam, Malvika Agnimitra, Avigyan Shakuntalam are mentioned with Shudrak credit for Mritchakatikam. Kalidas is often confused with Shudrak in various questions. The epic is attributed to Maharishi Vedvyas. We are talking about Mahabharata. Its original name is referred to as Jaya Samhita. Mahabharata is often called the fifth Ved. Sanskrit grammar and literature. Ashtadhyayi, foundational text of Sanskrit grammar, is written by Panini. Arya Bhatyam is also written in Sanskrit. Sushruta Samhita is concerned with medicine and surgery. Sushruta is known as the father of Indian surgery. Geet Govind by Jaydev and Buddha Charitra by Ashwaghosh. Panchtantra is attributed to Vishnu Sharma. Mudra Rakshas is associated with Vishak Dattam. Nyaya Sutra was authored by Aksha Padam Gupta Gautam. Tirukural is compiled by Thiruvalluvar. Kamban is noted for his Tamil version of Ramayana, that is Kamban Ramayana. And that's it in this session, guys. I hope you learned a lot of things related to the literature and the authors of these literary works. And I will meet you in the next session, in which we will discuss some more questions related to the ancient history and the cultural part of that history. So till the time we meet, bye bye, take care everyone, and see you soon.